What is up, YouTube? All right, here is the Q&A video that I told you guys about. You guys commented all your questions that you wanted me to answer in the previous video, so I'm going to do the answers. I have this video of our pull workout today with my little brother Ryan and my boy Tankster for you guys to watch while I answer these questions. All right, I think there's about 30 to 35 questions that you guys commented, so I'm gonna get to the best ones I think that will help you guys out the most. All right, so I'm gonna get started. I have my iPad here, and I'm gonna read them off. All right, first question. Coach, do you have to hit your macros daily, or can you count macros weekly? I would say yes, you have to hit them daily to be more successful at doing it. But what matters the most is your weekly totals. So if you're in a caloric surplus or caloric deficit, at the end of the week, that's what matters. But I would say you have to track them daily to be able to be successful at tracking macros. All right. Are you Filipino? Yes, I am 100% Filipino. I was actually born in the Philippines. Came over here when I was a year old. My dad was in the Navy. He was stationed on base. So I was born on base, Subic Bay. All right, next question. I currently do lower upper off then legs push pull. Is this a good split for someone that has only been training close to a year? Well, that kind of split, your frequency is a little bit higher, but then again, you can control your intensity during your workouts. So I think you're good to go. Just focus on your pace and just go with how you're feeling. But that split should work. Just make sure you're not going into any workouts with that muscle group sore. All right, should sugar be a concern on IIFYM? Track it all or just look at it as another carb? Personally, I don't track my sugar. If you're putting a limit on your carbs, it should be pretty difficult to get an insane amount of sugar in your diet. So I would say no. I don't do it personally, and it hasn't affected my progress. Then again, I do eat a lot of fruit, so it all depends on where your sugar is coming from anyway. So I would say no. What are your thoughts on overtraining? Um, Overtraining. I believe that it's pretty damn hard to hit the point where your body's overtraining, especially if you're in at least a caloric maintenance or a surplus. But when you're dieting down, you're in a pretty big caloric deficit. It is possible. It is possible to get burnt out easier than if you're on maintenance or a surplus, and you'll feel that with your just your nervous system. You'll feel like you're burnt out. You have no motivation in the gym. You just have no drive to kill it. And with that, I would suggest maybe taking a day off, maybe even two, and maybe even a deload week. So there's a lot of variables with overtraining. It just depends on you. How to approach refeed days. Most people don't know the benefits of it and feel guilty the day after. Okay. A refeed day, the benefits of it is just controlling your leptin levels, getting them up to a healthy level for a day or two, and that's going to prolong your progress. It's going to keep your metabolism going while you're dieting, while you're cutting, and you're going to benefit most by upping your carbs, keeping your fats and your proteins about the same. But the carbohydrate part on the refeed days is where you're going to benefit. So it's all going to depend on the person, how long you've been dieting, how lean you are, how big of a caloric deficit you're in, a lot of different variables. But a good refeed like structure that you can go off and just go from there and adjust and see how your body feels and how you respond is double up your carbs, keep your proteins and your fats the same as your regular. Um, the leaner you get, you can increase your refeed days to, you know, maybe 2.5 times or even 3 times your carb source or your carb number. What are your thoughts on the Cali Muscle 500 rep movement and is it healthy to do day in and day out? I've never personally seen or heard about his 500 rep movement workout, but I mean, it sounds like it's kind of against what I believe in with my training philosophy. I really believe in progressive overload, and I think it would be difficult for you to track and incorporate progressive overload on a 500 rep movement workout daily. So, next question. What's your take on ab training? Train them with weights, how many times a week, and so on. I personally hit my abs once or twice a week with just one movement, about 4 to 5 sets, and I mix it up with weight and just body weight movements. Um, but I do believe your abs are just like any other muscle. If you want to develop them, you have to incorporate the principle of progressive overload. So, yes, add weight, and as that gets easier, add more weight, and just you got to progress to develop them. Is supersetting a necessity or should it be thrown out altogether? I used to use supersetting a while back when my training philosophy, what I believed in was a little bit different. I think it's harder to make gains while supersetting. Again, progressive overload is your number one um, way to grow, to make gains. And if you're supersetting, you're kind of just burning yourself out and not maximizing each movement by going as heavy as possible. So I don't think it's a necessity. I would, I've personally been avoiding it and not doing it on my hypertrophy days. I sometimes do it just to knock it out, the workout faster if I'm in a rush and want to get it in and out of the gym. Can you come to Body Power in the UK and meet all your fans? I would love to, man. That would be cool. I've never been reached out by anyone in the UK yet, but yeah, that would be awesome if I would be able to go out there. What do you think about creatine? Is it worth it? Um, I think of creatine very highly. I think it's one of the most underrated supplements. Go with creatine monohydrate. It's cheap, and a lot of studies have proven that it works. It improves your ATP, and it's your go-to supplement for making gains or even cutting. Really helps you out, so it is worth it. How many grams of protein should I consume daily? A lot of people say to not consume as much, but some say to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Okay, throughout my cut, I started at a higher protein level. I was doing about 1.5 grams per lean body mass. When I say lean body mass, that's your weight minus your body fat. Okay, so it's not your body weight because you can be 20% body fat and be 250 pounds. You don't need 250 pounds of protein. You need your lean body mass in grams. Okay, so even at the end of my cut, I was down to my bare lean body mass grams of protein, and I was fine. I didn't burn any muscle. I actually kept my fullness. It was good. So that was kind of a trial and error, and there was no error. It worked well. So go with your lean body mass per gram, and in my experience, you should be good to go. Measure meat cooked. Oh, it's not even a question. My bad. Well, this guy asked, when doing IIFYM and measuring, tracking all your foods, do you weigh your meat cooked or raw? Cooked. What do you do if you go to a mom and pop restaurant that is not a chain restaurant and doesn't have nutritional information available? Do you still eat or just avoid altogether? Honestly, I try to avoid restaurants like that. But I have gone to restaurants where I couldn't find, the macros, and I would just, that's the last, worst case scenario. If I had to go to this restaurant, I would just eyeball the macros. You know, a little bit of variance is not going to kill you for one day, so don't sweat it. But honestly, me and my wife, Sonia, we don't eat out often besides flame broiler. We do that daily. But if we go, out on a date or somewhere, we have go-to restaurants where we go to Cheesecake Factory, BJ's, you know, we'll do that kind of stuff. And all those places that we go to have the nutrition facts, and MyFitnessPal has it. So I would try to avoid it, but if you have to go to a restaurant where you can't find it, then just eyeball the macros, or you can search on MyFitnessPal and find something similar and just go with that. All right, next question. How to drop that last few percentage of body fat? I'm currently 10 to 11% and I want to get down to 7 to 8, but it's taking a long time now. So what's the fastest way to get down? Thanks. There's really no fast way. The only way to drop body fat is creating more of a caloric deficit, whether it's from your diet or cardio. So that's what you got to do, make more of a deficit. Bang for the buck, which protein would be your choice? Story of how you and Christian know each other. Another would also be nice. Also interested in personal life. Looking forward to Q&A. Bang for the buck protein. Really, there's not really a better protein. All this supplement marketing bullshit, it's better absorbed or better quality. Go with something cheap, especially if your stomach is strong and you're not sensitive. I like Proto Whey or Dymatize. Pretty good taste and it's good value. Hey coach, I guess I have more of a personal question. I know that making time for the gym and living a healthy lifestyle is definitely a result of strong motivation and self-discipline, but I know that it isn't easy to so dedicated all the time. So how do you keep yourself so focused in the gym on top of your doing your coaching, working out, and now congratulations by the way, being a father and husband? Um, I've been doing this for so long. It's just habit. It's my lifestyle, so it comes easy. Me and my wife just attack it together. We team up and just make it work. I don't know what I would do without it. So it's just habit. I mean, after a while of doing anything, it becomes habit. It becomes routine, and I just can't live without it. What kind of car do you drive? How long have you been lifting? I drive a 2013 BMW 328i white sport model. How long have I been lifting? I've been lifting on and off for since uh, 2001. I graduated 2001 high school, and then competitively since 2009. Sorry to say it, guys, but this video is coming to an end. What I'll do is I'll carry on the questions and answers to my next video that I post up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, benefited from hear me answer the questions, and yeah, if you like this style video, please like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.